Good morning, South Rock. Welcome to another Mark Devo. Today is Mark 8, 22 through 26. It's a short story, but it is chock full of things that we need to talk about. So is Jesus healing a blind man at Bethsaida? He spits in his eye, which nobody else should do. It's just a Jesus thing. And two things happen that don't happen any other time. Jesus asks him if the healing worked. He says, "Do you see?" And the second thing to happen is he doesn't. It only half works the first time around. He says, "I see men, but they look like trees walking around." And so Jesus then lays his hand on this man, and he has his sight restored. And Mark even uses three sight words to kind of show you that he does indeed see. He says his eyes are opened, his sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. So he does get his full sight. Now, people have questioned this verse there are these verses for a long time. Was the man's faith not strong enough, and that's why he wasn't healed? Was Jesus losing power, or Jesus unable to do this? All of which are wrong. Here's what I think. I think this story serves as a reminder to the disciples specifically. So on Friday, right, we talked about the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod, and they didn't understand what he was talking about. Tomorrow, Peter will say, "Jesus, you are the Christ." And the disciples will say, "I believe Jesus is the Christ." And that carries a lot of weight. That's a big deal. But I think this healing of the blind man was for the disciples because he's saying, you will claim me as Christ, but you won't understand what that means. It'll be like a blind man only partially seeing. And someday you will fully see, fully grasp, your eyes will be opened, your sight restored, and everything will be made clear of who I am and what being the Christ means. Because right now, I'm telling you to watch out for the leaven of the Pharisees, and you don't grasp it. You don't understand it. And someday you will. And so I think that's this story. Jesus healed this man in this way so that the disciples could see it as a reminder that right now we don't understand, but someday we will. Which leads me to this question. I don't believe God does bad things to people. I think that bad things happen to us, and then God can use those to grow us and shape us into better people and better followers of him, more specifically. So the question is, what is something happening in your life right now that you can pray about for God to shape you, right? What's something, maybe you hate your job. Maybe you're just tired of being quarantined. Maybe you miss church. Maybe you miss your family. Maybe you have some physical ailment going on. What is something that is happening to you that today we can pray, God, let this shape me into a better follower of you, a better version of myself for later. So what's going on in your life that can shape you? That is all I have. Have a good Monday.